4. Here's Maeve Scott.
Good evening, everybody. As you know, my name's Maeve Scott, and I'm a long-term resident of Yonkers, as you know. Been here for 35 years, and like John, I didn't move far from where I started. My husband and I bought a home here 30 years ago, right in Beverly Crest. I raised my three children here. Courtney is one of them. And I'm very proud of the life that we built here in Yonkers. But during my time in Yonkers, I've always been involved locally. I was involved in the Parish Council of St. Paul's, working with Monsignor Gallagher for close to 20 years. On the Beverly Crest Homeowners Association board, I worked, I'd say, at least 15 years on the board. And for the last 5 or 6 years, I've been a special advisor to the current board. And they're doing a fabulous job. And please give them a round of applause. And while raising my children in Yonkers, I was involved in all the community and sports and civic activities that one would expect. I'm also an active member of the Ladies' Ancient Order of Hibernians. So being active and engaged in a community is part of my DNA. But I want to tell you a little bit about my career. I had a 34-year career down on Wall Street in Manhattan. My background is operations, finance, budget, and management. Just to give you, my resume is quite extensive, and many of you probably don't know it because I'm not a braggart. But at this point, I think you need to know about my experience and what makes me uniquely qualified to be on the council. For over a decade, I was budget director for a worldwide global insurance company. That company was AIG. Okay, that company operated in 130 countries and jurisdictions. I was responsible for all the people and processes that were involved in that budget. The revenue budget for that company ranged from $80 billion to $110 billion. By comparison, as Mike mentioned, the Yonkers budget is $1.2 billion. So I have the background, I have the analytical skills to get the budget of Yonkers done right. Okay, I have heard year in and year out about budget crises in Yonkers. Well, when I'm on the seat, that won't happen anymore because we'll have a strategic plan and we'll have monitoring of that budget. Okay, and I will be able to analyze that budget and go in and look for waste and inefficiencies. I did it my entire career in corporate America, and it will be no different in the City Council of Yonkers. Additionally, for over 10 years, I was director of the worldwide government reporting for AIG. In that capacity, I dealt with regulators at the national level, at the federal level, and at the state level. I dealt with the SEC, the U.S. Commerce Department, the Department of Labor, the Treasury Department. I won't go on and on, but my extensive experience is basically unparalleled. I am quite well versed in dealing and interacting with government officials, and I know about compliance. Additionally, I don't want to go too far, but I have a very extensive resume. Additionally, I did a lot in operations and process improvement. I went domestically and internationally, and I helped set up businesses. I helped set up operations from the ground up in India for my company. So I know about operations, about efficiencies, about process improvement, and those are all skills that transfer easily to government. And that is a little sampling of my resume. Okay, I just wanted to make sure everybody understands. I believe that I'm uniquely qualified for this position, and I will be a positive value add for the district and for the city of Yonkers. Now, in terms of what's motivating me to serve, well, 2 years ago I retired, okay, from my career, and I was looking for my next opportunity, and I really didn't expect it to be right in my own backyard. I always had been involved. And I always was passionate about community involvement, about quality of life in this area. When I became aware of this opportunity, I was compelled to pursue it. I didn't feel that we were being served the way we should be served. I feel that I can be the most responsive, engaged councilwoman this city and district has ever seen. And if you know me, you know how passionate I am. And if I put it on my list, it's going to get ticked off and it's going to get done. So that's what motivates me. I'm passionate, I'm energetic, I'm focused, and I'm determined. Okay, what are the issues I'm going to focus on? Well, first and foremost, it's going to be the budget, because that's where my expertise lies. And I'll be able to look for inefficiencies and waste and redundancy in that budget. And I will make sure that your tax dollars are working on high octane and that there's not a penny being wasted. I will make sure that there's proper oversight of the budget, that there's transparency, that there's quarterly reporting of the budget, and that we have a strategic, long-term vision that is integrated with the annual plan, which we don't have right now, and that there won't be an annual budget crisis. Those are the compelling priorities that need to be addressed. Education. Every year we talk about education. We're not getting a proper amount of funding from Albany. Well, I don't understand why. I really don't understand why. To me, it seems like we have the wrong leadership, the wrong focus, and the wrong vision. Well, I have new ideas, and with my colleagues, I will work in a collaborative way to come up and brainstorm for the right solutions. All my career, I worked with all different races, all different types of people, and I always collaborated, and I always got the best out of the people I worked with. And that's how I will operate when I'm in City Hall. Number 2, smart business development. We talk about smart business development. Yeah, we've done a lot of it. But from my vantage point, we don't hire locally. There's construction jobs that happen in these projects. They're importing labor from New York, from New Jersey, Connecticut. That won't happen under my watch. Okay? The tax incentives, I don't think we should be giving any tax incentives, quite frankly. I think Yonkers is a gem. We have the Hudson River. Okay? Developers should be paying us. Okay? I think that if we do give any tax benefits, they got to be verifiable. If jobs are promised, they need to be verifiable. So there's a lot that can be done with smart business development. In terms of quality of life, in this district, you just have to walk on the streets of this district. I see litter, okay? I can walk from McLean Avenue down to Tibbetts, and you can walk for 10 blocks and you won't find a garbage can. I've been complaining about this for years, and it's fallen on deaf ears. And that's another reason I'm running. Because the constituents in this area, they need someone who's going to hear the complaints. And I will hear them, and I will respond to them. And I will put them on a list. And like many women, I make a list. And when I put something on the list, it gets checked off and it gets done. Okay? You walk around the district, you see empty, vacant lots. They're eyesores. You see empty storefronts, Yonkers Avenue, McLean Avenue. We need to focus on small business, encouraging small business to come into this district. There's a lot of focus on other areas in the city. Our district is not getting the focus it needs. Streetscaping, as John mentioned. Yes, Yonkers Avenue is the stepchild of the district. But also, the other part of McLean Avenue has never been done. Only half of McLean Avenue got streetscaping. Why is that? So we have plenty of room for improvement. It's a great district. I want to ensure it remains great. I want to make sure that my grandchildren want to live here. And right now, there's an exodus of families leaving Yonkers because our school system is not what it needs to be. So I have a vision, I have passion, and I have determination. And I know that I can serve you like you have never been served before. And I'm asking for your vote of confidence on Election Day, and you will not be disappointed. Thank you very much.
Maeve.